I'm a little late watching the Beetlejuice saga, but better late than never. He's basically a ghost. That's why he's really old. Back in the day before he became a ghost, he was a grave robber. During this early life of himself, he actually got married. They did some weird ceremonial type stuff like biting off the head of chickens, drinking blood, sacrifice the goat. Yeah, horror movie type stuff. And on the wedding night, come to find out that his sweetie was a leader of a soul-sucking death cult. She gave him some poison. She was on a quest for immortality, but it demanded two things: his life and his soul. So she murked him. Yeah, and that's how he got murked and became a ghost. Now he can do a lot of weird stuff in this universe. Look at his outfit he's currently wearing, for example. Notice how he's got his same exact outfit on. He can change clothes instantly, cloth manipulation. He can summon weird stuff, like this beetle, and then make it go away. He has some limited ability to control your movements, like what he did here to her. Beetlejuice is at least 600 years old because he stated himself he lived through the Black Plague.
I lived through the Black Plague and I had a pretty good time during that.
He can probably do so much stuff that I can't even list everything. Like, he turned this TV on without them even being near it. He can straight up fly or float. Call him Martian the Manhunter. He can shapeshift, like making blades out of his body. Look at this snake-like bullcrap he can make to scare people. Like, some of this stuff is freaky. Like, look at him spinning his head around like this. He can teleport you away. Can literally zip your mouth up. Yeah, he will legit have inanimate objects try to fight you. Can paralyze you. He can make light come out of absolutely nowhere. Can blow up his hands like with air. Stretch. Turn his hands into hammers. Made a fireplace into a portal to the underworld. There's multiple occasions that imply he has telekinesis type ability. An ability you're probably going to hear me bring up again when I really start analyzing his strength deeply. He like dragged her towards him. You can say he has shapeshifting or size manipulation or the ability to literally fuse with stuff. Turned into a giant snake. It doesn't take rocket science to know that he's superhumanly strong. I mean, look at all these versatile abilities he can do. He can get bigger and stuff. That's why he's able to hit in a gaggy, Looney Tunes type of way, hit this couple through a freaking ceiling and they just keep on flying. It shouldn't be no surprise he should punch through brick walls. We see him punch people through a ceiling, so it makes sense when it comes to his striking power in general. He could be a lot stronger, but we just really never have a reason to really show off his destructive ability. After all, a big chunk of the movie, he was depowered. His whole goal was to marry somebody so he can get into the human area again. He can be in the human world.
I want out for good. In order for me to do that, hey, I gotta get married. Hey, these aren't my rules. Think of it as a marriage of inconvenience, okay? We both get something. I get out. You get to say you're hitched as the most eligible bachelor since Valentino came over. We're even, babe.
Now, believe it or not, the Beetlejuice IP has gotten so big. This is not the only version. Of course, this is the original main version. Of course, main continuity. There's spin-offs like in the Beetlejuice cartoon. Like, yeah, it's an actual series. Yeah. See, this version of Beetlejuice kind of gets to go wild with his abilities because it's a cartoon. Like, it literally goes full-blown gag. Like, he can literally enter beings' dreams. Naturally, he's a ghost, so he can survive in space. Time manipulation, going back in time to the time of the dinosaurs. I mean, this dude got a stopwatch that can stop time completely, and he can move while time is completely stopped. Like, I'm talking about he's a full-blown time manipulator, so via time manipulation, you can argue he can achieve, like, speeds levels of infinite. Kind of like a speedster in DC that can manipulate time. You can say somebody that can manipulate time to a degree to where you could just completely freeze it, rewind it in a time loop over and over again. You could say they can achieve infinite levels of speed. I'll get back to that in a second, though, like later on in the video. His body will act instinctively, like literally writing whole novels while he's not even awake. He apparently always has a cold, so he can transfer viruses to people or beings. He can do some Hydro Man type stuff and manipulate the water, make a whirlwind to suck y'all down. There was this ball that was sliced. He can straight up fix it, can literally manipulate the earth. Like, you see all this stuff coming out of the ground. That's all him. It's literally confirmed he can control the elements. You see the lightning being blasted. Like, literally every element you can think of, even fire. He's able to freeze beings in ice, turn into a snowman. If somebody's turning into stone, he can unstone beings. That's kind of cool. So let's just say he can summon his own bombs out of absolutely nowhere. Somebody was looking at their own shadow. He's able to manipulate their shadow. Can literally curse you with a mustache that you cannot get off no matter what. Even if you try to shave it, it will just come back. He can cause somebody to grow another leg. He can erase things out of existence. All kinds of mind manipulation, hypnotism. He can control your mind. He wouldn't be complete if he didn't do the ghost thing, like walking through walls. Going intangible type stuff, like turning into liquid. He can do shadow clone jutsu, make clones of himself, duplicates of himself. He can do some magical crystal ball type stuff, see in the future type stuff. Just like the live action version. He can do telekinesis to pull up the road, manipulate the weather, create raining or rain clouds, indoors. He can teleport and immerse himself inside of fictional books, paintings, mirrors, pre-recorded videos, enter in video games, possess objects. Like the live action movies, he can bring inanimate objects to life, Similar to the movies, he can fly, float. Even when shattered, he can regenerate. Even when just bones, he can just get his stuff back. Ashes, he can come back from. Even smoke. There's implications he can't die again because he's already dead.
Besides, you're already dead.
Give himself multiple arms, multiple heads. Can go from a baby to an adult. He can get rubbery like Luffy or Mr. Fantastic to stop this train. We've seen him use a blade. He's able to do the gaggy cartoon thing like talk to the crowd or the audience. That's why he's able to stop the episode from ending and move the camera upwards so he can film it better. In the lore, his ability is described as magic.
You need your whole body to do magic, Beetlejuice, remember?
He's such a gag, he has complete reality warping to where he can change the background to whatever he sees fit. Like this. He can do pretty much anything he wants to. Any power you can think of, reality warping. How strong is he? Him amping himself with reality warping, you could say he jumped from the ocean bottom all the way up like this with ease. Via size manipulation, I guess you can get an idea of how strong he would have to be. He can get real big. I'm talking about not only turning into a snowman, but actually growing to the point where he's bigger than buildings, bigger than houses, to where the fall is lethal if you drop somebody at this height. Let's face it, with his energy projection, elemental blast, whatever, blah, 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 he can energy blast buildings down. You know that, right? Or he can reality warp amp his physicals to the point where he can do it with his fist. Either or, right? You could say this is telekinesis or summoning. You can tell how powerful he is by the stuff he's able to summon instantly to drop on his foes. We know telekinesis-wise, he can lift buses and smash it on beings, whales, things that are 100 tons, trains, things that weigh more than 100 tons, dinosaurs that weigh over 100 tons, houses, ships that weigh hundreds of thousands of tons, mountains that weigh millions or billions of tons. This is implied he can move millions or billions of tons, because I know in this silly scene, it looks like these things are not the real size, but based on the gag and it's a cartoon, it's probably the actual thing, but it just looks goofy for the cartoon. It even gets worse other than mountains. There's implication he moved the moon down, just in case you're skeptical and say, oh, that wasn't the real size moon. Oh, I can kind of agree, but you want to know something else that implies he can actually move an actual real size moon? Is the fact it's implied he can turn into an actual size moon, y'all, at the flip of a switch. He can actually turn into a planet. But if you're still not convinced, there's implications he can get way bigger than just moons, but even bigger than Earth-sized structures. I'm talking about there's occasions where it's implied he can turn into his own version of a star, like the freaking sun, to manipulate light. He was able to make himself as big as stars, but other characters as big as stars. Like, being bigger than stars implies you're bigger than like planets like Earth, the biggest planets in our solar system. Like, they're that big. You're probably wondering, how can we prove that they're that big? Well, he's literally wrestling with a constellation, which is a bunch of freaking stars physically. He literally got hit by an actual living constellation, which are actual stars put together, wrestling with clusters of stars. Via telekinesis or reality warping, this kind of stuff implies he can not only move planetoids like Earth, but things or celestial bodies that make the Earth look like a joke in size, he can move. This proves he can easily punch apart planets like Earth. He was literally bigger than a whole bunch of Earths put together. This kind of stuff proves he has the raw power or energy projection, reality warping to move stars, entire constellations. He can move, wrestle. There's implications he could wipe out probably our whole solar system with all this information with his raw power, energy blast, reality warping, blah, blah, blah. And there's implications he can do worse, because due to his gag, there seems to be no bounds on what he can wipe out when it comes to reality warping, like wiping things wholly out of existence. Because wrestling stars is impressive, or wrestling whole constellations is impressive. Like, he wiped everything from the timeline so bad to where he made himself not meet people to begin with, to where it returned to a black void. Okay, I'll let them explain it.
I wish I'd never met any of them in the first place. Whoa, there goes the neighborhood. What do you do with the Nether World?
Oh, it wasn't me, Bub. You got your wish. The Nether World you knew doesn't exist. Nothing you knew exists anymore.
Like, put it like this. Say Beetlejuice is right here in the timeline, right? He affected so much of his timeline that all the events never occurred, to where all of this got retconned or removed. Like, he affected the whole universe and everything turned into a black void. Basically, via reality warping, he can affect the entire timeline, affect the entire universe, cause universe destruction. That's too much power. Like, he literally got transported into a nowhere dimension, and he was frustrated. He actually busts out this dimension of nothingness, literally. When you're as mighty as him, why would you need raw speed, right? He can turn into his own superhero and fly into space in literally no time, can stretch his arms around the whole planet in literally a second, Circling the globe one time in 1 second is bare minimally 100,000 times faster than the speed of sound. But none of this is matter because he's literally a time manipulator. Time doesn't affect him. He can basically achieve infinite speed. When everything in the universe isn't moving, but he can move a little bit, that's infinite speed. It kind of reminds me of the speedster DC Comics character Zoom on how he can manipulate time, which is why he's a speedster. Yeah, time and speed are very related to each other. That's why when characters can manipulate time, they kind of appear to be speedsters. That's kind of the situation with Beetlejuice because, like, you see how everything can freeze completely and he can move. He can definitely just achieve infinite speed. He can just freeze time and he can just move and nobody else can. Like, trying to beat him via speed blitz would be tough. Yeah, so this Beetlejuice can devastate the universe, but even if we don't want to talk about this Beetlejuice, Teen Titans Go Beetlejuice, he can pretty much do everything I just said, but just crazy stuff. Like, I know this is a gag. I mean, sure, he can reality warp, do the stuff we're used to that I've said throughout this video in Teen Titans Go. It's so weird seeing him fight DC characters. They couldn't enter the netherworld. The only way they could go is because they had to die. So he apparently just one-shot all the Titans, including Raven? Keep in mind, Raven in Teen Titans Go is so gaggy she can mess up a freaking sun. And he just one-shot all of them so they can go to the netherworld. Yeah, so there's some implications that Teen Titans Go Beetlejuice can blow up a sun at least. Oh, man. But yeah, let me get off this. Yo, is he crazy? Especially in the cartoons. Did you guys enjoy yourself? What did you learn new? Like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications, and thanks for the donations, folks. Respect Beetlejuice. I'm glad you are enjoying your time on the channel. Make sure you check out the playlist on the channel to see other How Strong videos. If you like what this channel is offering, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys later.